Good morning, students. In this session, we are going to discuss experimental research. Experimental method means a method where knowledge is gathered through experiment. Simply the pursuit of truth, which is determined by logical considerations. Simply pursuit of truth, which is determined by logical considerations. Experimental method means a method where knowledge is gathered through experiment. It is similar to the laboratory method of physical science, where experiments are conducted. Laboratory situations are contrived and the study conducted in such an environment is generally called experiments. Studies of social sciences which are conducted under controlled situations, just like experiments of physical science, are known as experimental studies. And the method involved in such studies are known as experimental method. So next we are going to discuss characteristics of experimental research. Experimentation helps in establishing causal relationship among different events in educational situation under controlled conditions. Suppose a researcher wants to study the effect of discussion method on the performance or the or on the achievement of students. So main objective of the researcher is to know how this method of teaching, discussion method, question answer method, it may be any other method, brings about a change in the performance of students or in the achievement of students. So the change in achievement performance is dependent on what? On method of teaching adopted by the teacher or researcher for his study purpose. So achievement of students is the dependent variable. There is only one identified dependent variable. So it may be inferred that during experimentation, the presence of both the independent variable and dependent variable is necessary. The number of dependent or independent variables may vary from problem to problem. In this example, the researcher intends to study the effect of question answer method, discussion method, project method, or any other method on the performance of students. So, method is a deliberate operation of the conditions by the researcher. In the process of manipulation, a predetermined set of varied conditions are imposed on the subjects selected for the experiment. The set of conditions is referred to as the independent variable, the experimental variable, or the treatment variable. So, in this problem, if achievement is not influenced by the method of teaching, but there might be some other factors which may influence, like intelligence, motivation, study habits, health issues, etc. So all these variables may also influence the performance of the students and interfere with the effect of that teaching method on performance of students. So these variables are called intervening variables. When the effect of such intervening variable is checked, this is termed as controlling of variables. The number of variables to be controlled differs from problem to problem. During experimentation, it is necessary to control the variables in order to study the effect of dependent variables on the effect of independent variables on the dependent variable. So various methods are used to control intervening variables which are discussed in this session. The researcher, in this example, the researcher is interested in studying the effect of teaching method on the performance or achievement of student. So achievement is dependent variable, or in other words, dependent variable, a learning task which is achievement, performance cannot be measured directly. So the researcher can only estimate it through some measures such as scores or tests. So dependent variable, achievement or performance of students is scores on a test or observation with respect to some characteristics of the behavior of the subjects used in the experiment. In other words, they are called observations. Thus, during experimentation, observation dependent variable are taken as effect of the experimental or independent variable. No matter how objectively and carefully a researcher attempts to control the extraneous variable, still some discrepancy invariably remains and influences the result of the experiment. The researcher can take care of such discrepancies through the replication of the study. So the same experiment has to be repeated several times at different places under similar conditions. Through the replications, the findings of an experiment conducted at different places under similar conditions are verified whether they are accurate, whether they are reliable or not. If there is consistency in the findings of these replications, the generalizations are drawn. Or if there is no consistency, it differs, then it cannot be generalized. And findings are not accurate. In other words, experiments need to be repeated so as to verify the results. Definitely, it should yield same result. If we are doing some experiment, one, two, or it should not differ every time. It should provide the same result under similar situations, similar conditions. So, then there is consistency. Then consistency leads to generalizations. So, based on that, we can say there are four essential characteristics of experimental research. Which four? Control, manipulation, observation, and replication. First, control, manipulation, observation, and replication. Control is the essential ingredient of experimental research, as it refers to the extent to which different factors in an experiment are accounted for. Manipulation of variables is another distinguishing characteristic of experimentation. Observation and replication are the other characteristics of experimental studies. Let's discuss experimental design. Suppose a researcher wants to find out the effect of reward on the achievement of students of grade 9th, or effect of, you may take the other example like effect of punishment on the achievement of or students motivation level. So you can see what kind of example you are taking for your work or to understand. So effect of reward on the achievement of students of grade 9. The, the researcher will select a group of subjects on whom the experiment is to be conducted. First of all, What a researcher will do, that he will select a group of subjects on the experiment is to be conducted. This group may be taken as it is from the school setting or may be formed by an appropriate sampling procedure. So, maybe researcher may like to have more than one group. It is his or her preference or choice or requirement. This he can achieve by first selecting a group from the population and then forming two groups by randomly assigning the subjects to each of the group. He will assign subjects to each of the group randomly without any bias. So now the researcher has to take a decision beforehand as to how he selects the group or groups. The reward already exists in the classroom situation, but not to the extent that its effect can be observed. It happens sometimes that reward exists or this practice exists in classroom situation, but not to that extent that it can be measured, it can be observed, or it can be noticed. So, in the experimental setting, the researcher has to bring the reward in the classroom by increasing the intensity or frequency of the reward so that the subject can feel its presence. Once again, in the experimental setting, the researcher has to bring the reward in the classroom by increasing the intensity or frequency of the reward so that the subject can feel its presence. Like if teacher is asking questions, a student who is answering a question must be rewarded every time he or she gives correct answer. Not once or twice. Every time a student gives a correct answer. So other subjects or other students can feel or understand that reward is given to the students who are giving correct answers to the questions asked by the teacher. Rewards can be given in different ways, like material reward, praise, and special remarks by the teacher. Like in junior classes, sometimes a chocolate is given to students, nursery classes, primary classes, sometimes well done and special remarks are given to students. Sometimes pencil, rubber, or some material thing is given. Material reward is given, and sometimes praise like excellent, well done, you did this or that. So it is the choice of the researcher. The way researcher wants to bring the reward in the classroom needs to be specified. So, in a problem like this, the researcher starts with the hypothesis that there is a causal relationship between the reward and the achievement of the, or between the punishment and the achievement of the students. The researcher also knows the achievement is also related with other variables like intelligence, presence of mind, concentration, achievement, motivation, coaching, discipline, classroom environment, home environment, etc. So these variables interfere during the experimentation and are termed as intervening variables. Under such circumstances, the researcher would like to control the influence of such variables. There can be various ways of controlling the influence of such variables, and the researcher decides about the ways to minimize or keep a check over operation of variables which interfere during experimentation. In order to control the intervening variables, the researcher may have to identify and measure them. So, in order to control the intervening variables, the researcher may have to identify definitely if a researcher wants to control or control the effect of intervening variables, he or she needs to identify and measure them. So, apart from the measurement of intervening variables, the dependent variable has also to be measured so as to see what changes have been brought about by the treatment. The researcher has also to decide which instrument he is going to use to measure a particular variable. He must know which measuring instrument is available and which will fulfill his or her purpose, or he needs to construct it according to his or her requirement. The gathered data from a measurement of dependent and independent variables are of a particular nature, which are to be analyzed keeping in view the research question. So it is clear that the researcher draws an outline or blueprint from the statements of hypothesis to the analysis of data for the experiment to be conducted. This outline constitutes the planning of the experiment. The planning of an this planning of experiment is called experimental design, encompassing aspects of strategy and structure. An experimental design is to the researcher what a blueprint is to the architect. In the experiment of effect of reward on achievement of students, the researcher introduces a reward in the classroom for a specified period. At the beginning or at the end, the researcher may measure the achievement of the students. When the scores of the subjects obtained before and after the treatment are compared, we may find some shift in scores of some subjects. This shift may not be to the same degree in all subjects within that group. The larger the shift from the initial understanding, the more pronounced will be the effect of the treatment. The shift of the individual's position on dependent variable within the group is termed as variance. The shift can be mainly attributed to the treatment is termed as treatment variance. During the treatment, factors like intelligence, extra coaching, environmental factors, achievement, motivation, etc. may also operate and change the scores of students of an achievement test administered at different points of time. The shift in position of each subject within the group will take place not only because of the treatment alone, but because of the other factors as well. But the researcher may attribute this entire shift to the treatment. Under such circumstances, we may say that the researcher by mistake attributed the entire shift in positions to the treatment. So whenever the effect of intervening variable is mistaken to be that of treatment, then such a mistake is called or is termed as error variance. In this example, if the researcher continues his or her experiment under the influence of extra intervening variables, the shift in positions of subjects within the group will reflect the combined effect of treatment and intervening variables. It will reflect the combining effect or combined effect of treatment provided and effect of intervening variables. Since the researcher is interested in finding out the effect of treatment, what is treatment? That is reward or punishment on the dependent variable, achievement or performance of students. He has to check the intervening variables do not operate during the process of experimentation. So it can be said that the researcher is trying to reduce the effect of intervening variables or minimize the error variance. When the error variance is reduced, the findings will reflect the shift in position of the subject mainly because of treatment, that is, treatment effect will be more prominent, leading to the maximization of treating variance. So, the main objective of planning an experiment is to maximize the treatment variance and minimize the error variance. Main objective of planning an experiment is to maximize the treatment variance and minimize the error variance. In other words, it is termed as validity of experimental designs. The purpose of experimental design, therefore, is to find out the true effect of the treatment given to the group. An experimental design, when it measures what it purports to measure, true effect of experiment is a valid design. Its validity is hindered by various factors during the experimentation process. So by putting a check over an effect of such factors, the researcher can increase validity of a design. That is, a researcher tries to make certain through putting checks and these variables have not been produced any such effect have not produced any such effect that can be mistaken for the effect of treatment. Validity of experimental design. In our next session, we will discuss validity of experimental design.